Hello 4191 SEM 2 cohort. Hey, look at us, almost at the end. So now we'll let you in on a little secret. You've been part of Mark's experiment of demonstrating memory is the residue of thought. This course is teaching how to improve human performance using evidence-based applied cognitive psychology through training and system design.
We have covered a range of topics in this course, from expertise to knowledge acquisition to how to practice and skill transfer. However, we haven't just learned the what of the content, but also the how behind the content.
Hello and welcome to Site 4191.
Memory is the residue of thought. Describes how memories are formed. In order to remember something, we have to transfer it through working memory into long-term memory. What remains in your memory from a learning experience largely depends on what you were thinking about during the experience. Especially, the more you engage with the meaning behind what you're learning while you're learning it, the more likely you are to recall it later. So, what's the best way to get students to do this?
Mark is great.
I have a question.
Just think.
Expecting students to remember things without its meaning isn't beneficial. It worked because they're told not to think about it. They just do.
But why is this relevant?
Studies have found attaching the relevant meaning made people remember significantly more of the information presented. Given you would typically want students to retain meaning, let's ensure it's taught in the context they should remember it in the future. It would be nice if you could simply tell your class, when you read your textbook, think about what it means. And that just fixes the problem. But naturally, you know that's not the case. The key is to always anticipate what students will be thinking about during class. That direct relationship between thought and memory is what allows the information to be transferred to our long-term memory. The instruction to think about meaning is difficult to follow because it's not specific enough. A better strategy is to deliver the content in a way that forces students to think about the meaning.
Clearly, something's not working. Let me teach you through this.
Attention grabbers are a great way of doing this, if they're used in the right way. Let me explain. We all remember the drum kit, right? And how learning a skill is difficult, especially when attempting to learn it all at once. We all remember the demonstration of the process of skill development, where Mark verbally listed the parts of the skill required to learn separately before the skill of drumming becomes automatic. Or where he taught us the choice of blocking or random practice to learn these separate skills first. However, if Mark had just started playing drum beats to demonstrate his skills, would we have remembered the meaning?
We connected with the meaning because the drumming, firstly working as an attention grabber, was used to teach content with its relevant meaning. Learning a skill was applied to the skill of drumming as an example. Blocking and random practice was taught through an example of practicing the drums. Not only did these demonstrations make us actually think about the concepts more, it actively developed our memory representation around the specific topics. So, it's not about how they say it, it's about how they teach it.
Cognitive science has not progressed to the point that it can issue prescriptions of exactly how we learn things. That job is very much left in the hands of experienced teachers. Instructing us to make these connections between thought and memory helps create our toolkit for becoming workforce ready. So, let's make the most of what we've experienced together by consciously shaping what we think about and remember and directing our thoughts towards what truly matters.